Now, Saudi Arabia shut its biggest domestic oil refinery on Monday after a drone strike, as Israeli and US strikes and Iranian retaliation forced shutdowns of oil and gas facilities across West Asia. It's going to be a global impact. We've got a report for you. Take a look.
Oil and gas facilities shut down across the Middle East as Israeli and US strikes and Iranian retaliation stretched into a third day. Saudi Arabia shut its biggest domestic oil refinery on Monday after a drone strike, a source said. Qatar halted production of liquefied natural gas, while its government said an energy facility was attacked by 2 Iranian drones. Meanwhile, Iraqi Kurdistan suspended most oil production and several major Israeli gas fields shut, throttling exports to Egypt. It's prompted concerns about supply disruptions, sending oil prices surging around 13% on Monday, the highest since January 2025. At state oil giant Saudi Aramco's refinery, the source said, the situation was under control, with debris from 2 intercepted drones causing a limited fire. The now shut Ras Tanura facility produces 550,000 barrels per day and is part of an energy complex which also serves as a critical export terminal for Saudi crude oil. The shutdown will likely add to supply anxieties. That's after shipping through the Strait of Hormuz, through which around a fifth of global oil consumption flows, is at a near halt following Sunday attacks on vessels. And in Iraqi Kurdistan, companies including DNO and Gulf Keystone Petroleum have stopped output. 200,000 barrels of oil per day are usually exported via pipeline. Despite the halt in operations, no damage has been reported. Offshore Israel, the Israeli government instructed Chevron to temporarily shut down the giant's Leviathan gas field, but a spokesperson said facilities were safe. These precautionary measures came after explosions were heard on Saturday in Iran's Hague Island, which processes 90% of Iran's crude exports. Iran, the third largest producer in the Organisation of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, pumps around 4.5% of global oil supplies.
Oil prices too jumped on the 2nd of March as Iran and Israel stepped up their conflict in West Asia, with attacks damaging tankers and disrupting shipments from the crucial producing region.
Oil prices jumped Monday, hitting their highest levels in months as Iran and Israel stepped up the conflict in the Middle East. International benchmark Brent crude briefly topped $82 per barrel. It was up around 6% by early afternoon in Asia, with U.S. oil seeing similar gains. Analysts at Citi now expect Brent to trade between $80 to $90 a barrel this week. Israel launched a new wave of strikes on Tehran on Sunday, and Iran responded with more missile barrages. The attacks put ships at risk, with missiles hitting at least 3 tankers off the Gulf Coast and killing 1 seafarer. That was according to shipping sources and officials on Sunday. Iran says it has closed navigation through the Strait of Hormuz, a key route for oil supplies. The news prompted checks on stockpiles by refiners and governments in Asia. That region gets most of its crude from the Gulf, which accounts for half of China's supply and 90% of Japan's. Risks to commercial shipping have surged over the past 24 hours. On Sunday, data showed more than 200 vessels, including oil and liquefied gas tankers, had dropped anchor around the strait and surrounding waters. Amid the conflict, the OPEC Plus group of oil exporting nations on Sunday agreed to a modest output boost of 206,000 barrels per day for April,